Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all ages. My name is EvilDragonxxl, and welcome to a very soggy calendar here for the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm joined by a good commentator here that I've been partnered with today. Say hello to the audience. Indeed. Well, it's going to be an interesting day. We just saw Julian spinning off of there in his Sauber just a few moments ago, but nonetheless keeping it on the island. That is the most important thing there. He did spin, didn't go off the track close, so he's keeping it generally on the island here. Well, of course, we are on an island. Yeah, second Joe Bono, situated on a man-made island. Of course, in Montreal, well, near Montreal, Canada. It's nowhere near it. I think it's Quebec, isn't it? Not Montreal. Montreal's a good place, though. So go to Montreal. It's a nice place. I know quite a lot of people in Montreal. Nonetheless, moving swiftly on as Julian across the line, doesn't improve there because he did, of course, a spin. Casper up front, though, with a 120.9. That's a good lap there. Puts him about, 3 attempts ahead of Holt, who is German, if you don't know. And then the Eagle, who is also German. Iceman, Terry, Julian. Got a little driver's head indeed. There, of course, going to see actually, the first time ever, my beautiful new camera I've got in this game. Yes, and you can see it there. You can see it. Let's go back to the third person camera. But I have a nice little camera here. So let's go and look back in the pit lane. Shumi on track right now, indeed, in the Mercedes. That looks a bit glitchy. Let's see if I can quickly change the camera options here and clip that out. Let's move forward a little bit then. There we go. So there we go. X40. That's done. So where's he gone off? That's just where Vettel went off in 2011 into that area. So he spun it off the curb lane. Aquaplaning it as well. It is the intermediate conditions here. Now this corner where they're coming through here. Very tricky. I think the McLaren indeed of Ivor almost hit the wall as well. So we got very close up. So everyone puts in their cars already to the limit. And it's already paying off. 3 minutes to go in qualification, of course. Now, you have to wonder, Sector 3 yellow flags again. Now, who's that for? Going back in straight away, though, is Stania. Comes across the track there and flies. It went off in 2011. Now, this circuit, of course, situated, of course, on an island, a man-made island. It was constructed in the 60s, of course, for the Winter Olympics. The rowing just outside of this area, of course. Well, I believe it's still here today, actually. The giant dome, which I can't exactly remember what it's for, but I think it's a convention there. As I hear myself in the background, always good to hear myself. I'm trying to actually get the stream up on my actual phone because, well, as per usual, my phone never really likes me trying to... Well, doesn't like me doing anything. It's a stupid phone. But nonetheless, it's going to be interesting here. Not much going on in qualification right now. We've got Terry going a little bit sideways out of turn 1 down towards turn number 2. It's a really tricky little corner here. Most of this track, you realise, it's a very tricky area. It's very tight. Yeah, a lot of people are struggling. Let's see Vector on track. Yeah, he's not set a lap. Yes, he is in the Williams, right on board with the Dutch driver in the Williams, touching the wall there. That's he's really hit the wall. He has crashed into the wall. That's the front wings gone flying off that car. Well, he's lost half of it, so sorry, Vector, for going to your car, because you've immediately crashed. That's just his luck when I'm here. Well, he tends to do that when I'm here. He crashes. Struggling to get onto my channel right now on my phone, so do bear with us whilst I try and get this all set up. So I can actually see your comments. So I see a few people commenting down below. Let's see, there we are. We are now officially live on my phone. So, my camera's turned on as well. And let's go and turn the flashlight off. I didn't realise that was on. That might be explaining why Energetics in the chat, by the way. Good to see him there. Canada, it is a favourite. Of course, it's one of my favourite tracks as well. It's not on the AOR calendar as well, unfortunately. So I'll be missing out. The last time a Canadian Grand Prix was missed out on an F1 season was in 2009. Fun little fact there. And came back in 2010, of course. We remember that race was a very exciting race. I believe it was won, if I'm not mistaken, by Lewis Hamilton that day. so he stays out for the meanwhile. We'll see. Yeah, that is way off turn 2. That'd be turn 4 there. He's gone off. Sector Vectro. On foul! Oh my goodness me! What has happened there? That rear tyre's gone. He's hit the wall backwards. Terry off as well. Ivor pulling off there. That's how he's pulled off a Vectro hitting the wall there. So he's... Yeah, most people are retiring from qualifying here. But Vectro hits the wall backwards there. So, where is that? He's gone off. That is, where Vettel went off, isn't it? Went right. That's that corner. So, let's go on board with, X-Mac here. So, let's see. So, he's, how has he done that there? Actually, remote. So, he has to have hit. So, if the red tyre was gone, he has to have spun an anchor plane and hit the wall backwards. There is no other reason, to explain that. But, that is saying great commentator. Well, there should be an announcement coming soon, hopefully, but I'm not able to say it right now. But there is an announcement from AOR. Should say a few things. I'll not say any more about that for the time being. On board with X-Mac, he comes down to the hairpin, tricky braking zone, the slowest on the track, almost one of the slowest in the entire F1 season, apart from, of course, street circuits, because, well, they're even more slower. It's one of the slowest ones on the circuit. It's one of the quickest laps as well. A 120, of course, in the way. Normally, they'll set about a 1 minute 12, sector 3 yellow flags. Iceman. Where's that? That is last corner. Yeah, he's world champions. And he's speared off there. Now, that's not going to affect him qualifying's over. Of course, it will affect him generally, because that's his qualifying over. But so he's spun off the curb there. You can see the marks. That Julian goes faster by 120.6. Only 20 thousandths quicker than the Eagle. So great lap from him. Who else has finished their lap? Lap's done. Everyone else finishing qualifying there is Karkanen cannot improve a 122.2 for him. With Stanley comes through the last corner. He's already done a lap as well. So everyone has finished their laps. It seems that Julian in the Sauber gets pole from the Ferrari of Eagle. Casper in third. Holtz is fourth, Iceman, Schumi, Terry, Karkanen. Then you got Stanley, X-Mac, Vectro, who had a horrifying accident in the wall a few moments ago. He will finish ahead of Ivor, and S40 did not sell lap time, of course, so we'll have to see where he actually goes in this race. It's only going to go forwards, but it's going to be interesting to see where he can go. So I quickly grab a little drink. Nonetheless, it's always going to be interesting. Yeah, top 4 separated by 4 tenths, actually. That's very close, isn't it? Well, we're just reporting that we can't hear you in the chat, by the way. So I think you need to amend your audio volume. Yeah, we can't actually hear you. Well, this is always good to realise. And I'll keep an update on that. So this is always good because it's actually just repeating myself. I heard it in the chat. That's gonna do my head in later on, but. Julian got pole from Eagle, and then it's Casper, Holt, Iceman, Schumi, Terry, Karkanen, Stania, Mac, Vectro, Ivor, S40, and that is of course your top of the guys, and hopefully we'll get our good old Cocom back as well, of course, and we do have a Cocom, but unfortunately we didn't realise he could be heard, which is always good. Let's skip that because it's copyrighted right now. Hopefully he returns in a few moments' time. Oh dear. I've been put on the grid. On foul? Yeah, I mean, okay, this is... dear. I have chosen the wrong option. man, this is awkward. What has happened here is oh no. Right, well, you do some talking. I'll see if I can hear you. Yep, still can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Well, right now we're going to do some racing then. Well, this is going to end well. Can I retire? Is there an option for me to retire? Let's see, retire from session. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Everything's back to normal then. So, let's see if we can hear you. Still can't, so you are muted on the stream, so you need to go into your chat settings and make sure all the boxes are ticked so we can hear you. It's be in the party settings, better find it for that. Just make sure tick them all and everything's all perfectly fine. Well, if you're just joining me in the chat, hello everyone. Of course, we're welcome to a beautiful Canadian Grand Prix. The clouds are up and I'm in the com box again after my expertise in a Mercedes for a few seconds. But nonetheless, we've got Julian, and of course, the race has started as well. Actually, we are actually underway, so that'll explain why. So Julian is leading from Eagle, Holtz, Casper, Iceman, Shumi, Terry, Matt, Vectra battling here with one of the Red Bull. That's Car Cannon there, passing already now. He's going straight through up into what is 9th position. It's a good start from him. He's up to 9th now and does pass through up the inside into the last corner. Venture's going to try and come back on the exit line. Let's see if the Dutchman could do it on a Dutchman as we look at nothing. There we go. Camera on board then. Looking at Vector down the inside. Does he do so? No, he has to back off there. I assume he drops behind Terry as well.
It's at the back. Sorry, Stanley, James and S40 have all pitted. As Stanley has gone into the Ultra Softs. Do what the other two have done. Super Soft S40, new wing as well, and can't quite see what James is on yet in the Red Bull, but
that is the Super Soft.
It's on the Super Softs.
Indeed, good news by the way. We can hear you by the way, so there we go. We have a co-com finally. After a while, we finally have our co-com today. That is always good to see. Well, Julian, though, he leads by just 4 tenths from Eagle, Holtz in 3rd, and Casper 4th. Now, I thought we were going to have a formation lap here, because we normally do, but we did not. So, I'm just there for the weird start to that there, but we didn't have a formation lap, which is serious, we normally do. But nonetheless, though, Julian leads from Eagle, Holtz in 3rd, Casper 4th, Iceman 5th, so it's top 5. All running very close to us. Actually, Iceman starting to close up onto Casper there, probably looking at that ghost and wondering if he can go and make it. Hello to everyone that's jumping in the chat right now. But nonetheless, Iceman catching up. And he's all over the back of 4th place in that Toro Rosso, Renault v Toro Rosso. Now that's an interesting battle to witness there. And up front though, we still got Eagle. He's now got that second to 3 tenths and has a 3-second penalty there. So, well, that's going to make life a little more difficult, but he's still trying his hardest. On board we go with the Ferrari. He's stuck behind the Sauber, and a big slide there for a good measure. Because those tyres will definitely go off the cliff. And of course, Julian, he's all got to do it there. He runs it very wide now. This could be the opportunity here for that Ferrari. He's going to slipstream through, slingshot pass. He's going for the lead. Let's see, can he do it on the outside now? This will be advantage.
Can't do it. Try cut it back. Look. No, not quite.
Back, but the Ultra Softs not doing those Super Softs any good. But now DRS. Now let's see, Julian will have to go defensive, but he's probably already been informed that he has a penalty behind. Let's so down the inside of go then. That'll be an easy move. Let's see down the inside. He can't really put it there. He's going to try and does do so.
Holds it off. Well defended.
Not do it.
2 tenths gap as it kind of across the line. DRS in turn 1. Right, looking up the inside.
Won't do it there.
Thinks better of it. Holds back.
Good to get exit low. Right.
Almost side by side.
Still cannot do it, but nonetheless, he's going to have to challenge low, but he has to be careful. He doesn't want to cut that corner. We did that last time as Julian gets a bit of a wiggle on the exit. Go down low. Vector we're looking at. Let's get all our little things up here so I can scroll through the field a lot easier. Let's see Vector. He's on the back of Car Cannon here. These two are still scrapping away for what is 9th position. That's interesting to see if these guys can do anything. They are very close here. And Vector, we know he's a quick driver. It's the first time he's driven with all assists off, so this is a really big challenge for him. Now he's Well, you have to wonder if he can do it. And Iceman as well. Let's quickly have a look at him. He's still behind Casper
just
here.
about to say, Iceman and Casper very, very close at the moment.
And all these guys are...
Iceman locks up a little bit.
These guys are all about, let's 3.5 seconds behind the leader here. On board with that Renault. And on board with the Toro Rosso.
Yeah, it's opens on the Renault. Closing into the Toro Rosso now in the slipstream. What do you make a move in the final chicane? No, it's too far back. Holds up.
And maybe we have a new leader. We have a new leader. Eagles taking the lead now. Julian has to try back on the outside. That's going to be brave. Does he do it? Yes, he does. Cut back low, and they almost spin, spin, and round goes the Ferrari. And he wants to be careful rejoining. And that'll be the Renault from past. He wants to look up the car cannon. That's a good position for him. He's gone off again low. Now that's big trouble. He's dropped it there. But he must be really careful as the Red Bull and that Williams battling. Here he goes, Vectro trying out the inside. Can't do it straight away, but he is challenging low. And these guys, Vectro gets a good exit here. Then C down the inside. That'll be brave there. Gives him space low. This is not a place you want to go side by side here low. This is even more difficult. Has to back off that. Now he tries to get the exit. He wants the DRS low, so he should probably stay behind. But it's a shame for Eagle. Spinning around there, too optimistic, got on the grass a little bit, and that's all it took for that car to go around. Vectro having a bit of slide as well, but nonetheless, now up front is Julian from Holtz, Iceman, Casper, Schumi, Terry, Eagle, who's now in 7th, and we're looking at this battle here between 8th and 9th, Car and Vectro. Behind them, by quite a margin, the guys who pitted Stania. We got Mac, Jams, S40 and Ivor, all of course having their separate issues so far, but it's going to be interesting here. Up front, by the way, updating here, the two Saubers now lead 1 and 2. Haven't seen two Saubers lead a race since, well, I believe it was last time they won a race in 2008 in Canada, actually, ironically. So that'll be a dream scenario for them to win in Canada if they can. They don't end up hitting anything or hitting each other or hitting any other cars or even the wall. It's a tricky track, and of course anything can happen here, and it usually does as Mac gets a 3-second penalty there. Now that would be, of course, with corner cutting.
It's right on the rear of Iceman now, so maybe we'll see a move on the back straight, but...
Well, his best chance will be on the back straight. A little bit of lag there, be good measure.
No, Schumi's caught up though.
Yeah, behind,
made a mistake. Schumi's going to have a look into turn 10.
Let's see around the outside. That'll be hard to do. It'll be squeezed off there if he's not careful. They do collide. Now, the slipstream's going to be interesting. Here we go then. On board of Schumi. Let's ride on board with the Mercedes. He'll jump in that slipstream, and surely he's going to have the option. But Casper has DRS as well, so this is going to make it a stalemate here. He's being outside. Has to back off there. Almost chops his front wing on the exit there. But just sits behind, loses a few temps there because of it. And Casper, good positioning from him. Now he's in 4th position, still will remain there, and the Toro Rosso up in 3rd there, and Vectro a 3-second time penalty. Vectro putting it to the limits there, so that'll be the last corner. So he's gone over the sleeping policeman. You want to be careful though, it is difficult, and I've seen this, well, I've seen many accidents here. Those sleeping policemen, you hit them wrong, you're going into that wall. So you want to be careful, those also little yellow sausages on the exit, you want to not hit them. They launch your cars, as I do remember from watching a few YouTube series on this game, including a...
just going up the inside, look. Oh no, he hits car cannons round.
Yeah, Vectro round. So he tried it, hasn't worked. Also, Holt just got a penalty there as well for corner cutting. Someone's hit the wall there, and that is car cannon. Yes, he has hit the wall. Now, how much damage has that done to the Red Bull? Let's see, half front wing, I'll have to pit. He will not make it to the end of that race there with that much damage. That is almost terminal for him. But Schumi's in 5th with Casper in 4th, and these guys still battling the Mercedes versus the Toro Rosso. And you have to wonder, let's see how long it's going to be for the Mercedes to find a way past. He's been pressurising him, well, the last few laps here, and he's now caught right back up here, and he's probably going... I'm wondering, car cannon, a stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Now that is also for him though, he's doing well, but half front wing, he'll have to pit either way. Now, surely I think Vectro might have a few words with the stewards on that one there, because he not sure exactly what happened, but must have gave him a little bit of a nudge, and that's what it took there. Hit the Raw S40 penalty as well. We always witness many penalties here, well, especially on this game, of course, and Well, shame most of the drivers getting penalties here as Schumi still challenging on the back of that Toro Rosso, and he's not given up yet. In fact, he's going for the inside, down the inside. That's a bit of a dive there. Let's see, does he do it? Yes, he does on the exit. Still retains position. They're side by side. Now, this is all going to be Schumi's to lose. He'll have the inside line. He has DRS, and surely now, with a bit of help from the cars ahead, but that Toro Rosso is not giving up, like. Finally, just squeezes him off onto the grass there, and he's going to have to cut the sleeping policeman. Does do so. That might drop him behind the likes of Terry, so to say. He's catching right up to the back of him, but just retains position right now up front. Julian leads Holt from Iceman, Schumi, and then it's Casper, Terry, Eagle, Vectro, Stania. Then we've got Mac, Jams, and Carcannon down in 13th behind S40 of Ivor. The unlucky man down the back right now in 14th. Front though, the two Saubers still battling on board here from the rear of Holter's car. Looking behind there is Iceman. There he is indeed, looking at Iceman out on board with the British driver, the Englishman as well. Of course, I know a few Icemans from my time, but he's definitely catching up now. He's keeping a cool and composed head, and he is catching as a 3-second time penalty again for Carcannon there. And that has turned his race from bad to worse, and I can only imagine sympathy for that driver, but nonetheless, Iceman now starting to put the pressure on the two Saubers here. Sector 2 yellow flags. Now, what's that for? S40's gone up. He's lost his front wing. Now, that's going to be... He's lost half of it, so he'll have to pit as well. So that is going to be... And oh my goodness me!
Wow.
Oh my goodness me! That is a humongous accident there. And that is, I have to say, his race over. That is a big incident, and hopefully he's okay there, but he's left the session, so he's probably frustrated that. The two Red Bulls down 11th and 12th, they're catching each other up as well, so it'll be interesting to see what happens between those two. No safety car, of course.
Iceman's caught considerably, so... Yeah. Iceman's caught a lot to Yannick recently, though. Gap's only less than 4/10 of a second now, but maybe be able to make a move on this back stretch. Coming up now, he's going to get DRS, so...
He's a bit too far back. He'll be very big toe, but he can get the double bite of the cherry. If he gets to about a 10th, which he's doing now, he's getting right up on the back of him here. What happens? He should close up, but I don't believe... Yes, Holt does not have the DRS on Julian, so this will be could be easy pickings there if he just gets in the toe. Pigeon glitch may be occurring. Comes through the wall towards the wall. The champions with the last chicane. Holt gets a good exit. Now we have to look at Iceman. Let's see if he can do anything. There's a bit of lag not helping his cause as Terry gets a 3-second time penalty. That'll be at the chicane as well. Behind them, the McLaren of Schumi now catching up as well. So they're all catching up each other. The sun now shining down on Canada as well here. Lap 11 of 35, and it's going so far so good for the Saubers. Though I say that, here's the opportunity, and almost making contact there. Good backing, well, good back out there for Iceman as I almost cursed the Saubers' day as they're saying they were doing wrong too. They were almost not, as Iceman gets a big slide there.
Big slide.
Behind him, the McLaren of Schumi catching up as well. So we have to wonder, see how long it takes for him to try and get past the Portuguese driver. Doing well. He's definitely catching up as these two battling away. Sector 1 yellow flag. Now, what's that for? James, yes, he's gone off. And yes, he's spun off. That's turn 1. There's a bit of lag there as well, so that's not going to help.
Oh wait, no, we've got Stanley's off as well.
Standing off as well. Looking back to your leaders as he comes to the chicane. Holt again gets a good exit there. Sector 1 still got yellow flags there, but so these guys will be watching out as Holt's just about defending as Stanley retires from the session. So has he pulled off or has he hit the wall? He has decided to pull off. As Schumi is... sorry, it's not in the McLaren actually. Apologies to him. He's in the Mercedes. I don't know where I got the McLaren from, but apologies to him as he grinds the wall. I think he drove the McLaren last season, but of course the new season starts 15th of April. It's a good exit now for the Renault, and now he blasts past, and now can he get that position? He's side by side on board with the Sauber, who has to back off there. Now this is tactical for him. He'll have DRS, but let's see how quick Iceman can pull away. Let's see though. Good exit from Holt. He's going to probably come down the inside here. Let's see if he dies. Doesn't do so. He gets right off the back. That's a little bit wide. Now we'll have the DRS down towards the last corner as X-Mac gets a penalty as well.
Yeah,
that's about 9 seconds of penalty sector 1. The yellow flags. Now that's Makov as well.
Anyway.
Now as he hit the wall, as Holt's going to come back lane into the last chicane. That's going to be brave. That's going to be brave. Backs off there and into the pit lane comes Iceman. As Stanley leaves as well. I think a few others may have come in. No, they have not. So yes, now look and see who is battling. Let's go through the field now. So your official order right now: Julian, Holt, Shumi, Casper, Terry, the Eagle, Iceman, Vectro, Karkan, X-Mac, who did hit the wall there. So he has hit the wall, so he's done that around about this area here where Ivor's coming through there. He hit the one on the left. He's just been a lap there in the McLaren, who that's the person I was referring to there. I saw a McLaren catching up. It was Ivor, who actually has got lapped. X-Mac out of this race, Stanier out of this race, S40 out of this race, and I'm in the commentary box and out of this race as well. Get your comments down below, by the way, as well, and do feel free to like and subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell whenever I decide to go live as well. Normally it is racing content of some description, somehow, some way or some other, but nonetheless, race going so far so good though for Julian now, who leads still ahead from Holt, who now got lucky enough. There is of course the car behind, of course. It was Iceman, who did just pit a few moments ago, and these two are going to be staying out a long time. Super soft tyres on the pair of them there, as in the background, one of the McLarens, and a good old Ribble on there, and behind that is the Mercedes, who I was referring to, who is not really catching. Casper in the pit lane, as well as
Casper
Eagle.
And Eagle both pitting.
Yeah, both in. Let's see what these guys decide to go on. It's going to be
Super soft for Eagle.
And Casper goes for the soft tyres. It's a long stop there. Front wing chains on the Toro Rosso. And he'll drop down. He'll lose the position there, unfortunately, but he will rejoin on the soft tyres. So he's going to the end of this race there. We're about coming to halfway through this race. Soon, about lap 17, will be about halfway. As Eagle comes just ahead of Vectro there. So it's a good stop from him. Vectro, of course, with a little bit of damage from earlier on. And not pitted, I don't believe. Let's have a quick... Look, it's got all the telemetry up there. Indeed, he hasn't pitted. Neither is the top 4 of Vectro, the only other one not to pitted out of the drivers there. So it'll be interesting to see where they all come out afterwards. But Vectro's doing well so far. I'd say as Casper gets a bit of a slide on the exit there, and just about catches that car. Oh, there's a wall. Jams. James in the wall. I've just caught that as well. That is a huge accident there. Halter penalty, speeding in the pit lane. Way too much speed. And well, the ambulance is there. Well, sorry, say fire, which is an ambulance as well. And I suppose he's going to be... I suppose he might need a bit of help out of that. That's a huge impact there. And that
is massive.
That's what I was talking about. Taking those curbs and well, fire and rescue. You can see that. He might need it there. And that is really, really big accident. Casper 3 seconds time penalty.
I mean, time penalty, sorry.
Yes, also Holt's got a stop-go for speeding in the pit lane.
Ivor's around as well.
There is Ivor. That is where Vela went off. So that's turn 4. So another car off. We're almost down to, we are down indeed 10 runners. Coming to midway through this race. And finally, let's see if Ivor can get that car going. Does do so there, waiting for a few cars. Waiting for, I believe that would have been the Holt who was coming through. He's got a penalty, so Holt is behind Iceman, by the way, as well. So Iceman is net leading, by the way, as Ivor retires as well. Now, what has happened to him? He's gone off into the wall. Now, where is that? Where has he gone off?
That is
Eagles. That is, yeah, he's pulled off. That's, yeah, turn 9, so he's retired.
Julian's in the pit.
Yes, Shumi takes the lead. Now let's keep an eye out for Iceman here. Let's see, Iceman, he's going to take the lead here, I believe. Yes, he is.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be very close into turn 1 between the two Saubers, however. This could be interesting. Let's see, which is going to come out first. It seems it's going to be Julian. Yes, it is. He's off the track. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. He's lost half his front wing.
As well.
That is the last thing you want to do. Look, that is just the worst. He went off, locked up, got in the grass. That was very easy to do. I think I remember Jarno Trilli did it in the Toyota in 2008, I believe, or 2007 went off that. coming out the pit lane. Now, let's see how much damage that done. I think he's just chipped off a little bit of his end plate. Might just get away with it. As in comes Eagle as well. So he's in the pit lane again. So he's having issues in the Ferrari. Goes to the super soft tyres as well. Lap 16 now. And we're down to 9 runners. Which is a shame, but
deep into turn 10 as well.
Yeah, it may have a little bit of
damage. Wing damage. Gonna play with it now, but car coming to the pits in front. Oh no, Terry's in the pits as well from P2. Shumi as well. Iceman will inherit the lead now, so he's managed to get the jump on both the salvos, and Yannick goes faster. So
yeah, I hope as you say Yannick. So good old name there. It's hold to me. So nonetheless, he's doing well. Iceman leads this race with a beautiful strategy. He pitted early, and now it's working for him. He leads this race. However, we presume he may have to stop again. Hold slow second. Julian is in third. The Sauber's low. Rob.
Bit of lag there from Casper.
Yeah, a bit of lag as well there. Looking back.
He's bounding back and forth into Shumi, but gap's opening up again. Terry closing in on
Terry
Casper
closing
now
in.
as well. So.
Retro there. Still has not pitted. You need a driver not to pit. Terry a time penalty there. Yes, but interesting. Vetro, the only person not to pit, and now he is going long in this race. I believe. Surely he wants to probably just maybe chuck a set of softs on, go to the end. Maybe he'll chuck a. Maybe he's going to keep going. Go for ultra soft. That'll be an interesting stop strategy then. But going long into this race, I can't imagine how those tyres are feeling on the Dutch driver. But he's one to do it.
Yeah. Holds 3 seconds again, so seems to be crumbling under the pressure a little bit. Pressure seems to be getting to him, but have to see how it ends.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a gap to his teammate. Yeah, just go to midway through this race, as you say.
Julian may have to pit for his front wing though at some point. He may have to repair that. If he gets any more damage on it.
Let's see, we'll keep an eye out for it. It's really difficult
to. Literally, Harry's right on Casper's gearbox through there. Turn 4.
Harry, let's see. On board with the Renault. And we have to look though, Zach Casper, he's doing well. There's a bit of rubber banding forward and backwards, isn't going to help him at all. Now, this will really nerve Terry here. I've seen this plenty of times. Lag, it will destroy your race. It can destroy your car. It can destroy a lot of things. So let's hope it doesn't happen. A bit of a DC. Of course, that's why normally you have formation laps, because it stops this happening. We're going to soldier on for the time being. As
1 minute top 180 goes purple again. So
well, again on him.
Interesting point here. Surprised he doesn't get a corner
Harry
there again. It's going to be side by side into turn 1.
Yeah, that'll be brave there. See, down the inside he goes, but not the inside for the next corner. He'll have the outside. Is he going to do it right around the outside? Yes, he is.
Hold it off. Wow.
Good move. And Casper trailing behind. He's probably wondering, what have I done? How has that happened? But Casper has been eaten by the Ghostbuster of Terry. And now in 5th place. So good move from them right around the outside. Those ultra soft tyres doing good.
No, that's just a lag desync again. Thought he was going to spin, but no, it's just a desync, sorry.
Yeah, Casper though, he's on the soft tyres. He's two tyres softer, so he's always going to be a little bit slower. But he'll be back later on in this race. He'll go to the end. So Terry's got to pull out a 20-second lead here on this person here. Of Casper, he's got to pull out a big gap. Indeed, bit of a lock up there, but he's going to have to pull a big gap behind him. Vectro, has he pitted yet? Yes, he has now. So everyone has pitted in this race. That's why Vetro's dropped way off the field now, down to what is it, 23 seconds off the car ahead, and another penalty for that. Terry this time. That's maybe 15 seconds he's pushing now, so he's really got it all to pull out for. So he's now going to pull out a huge gap now, and that's going to be really difficult. I don't know how he's going to do that, but it's going to have to pull all the stops out. 16 laps to go here in Canada, and up front it is the Renault of Iceman who leads from the Holtz. He's now starting close back up now a little bit there as the Evil gets a penalty as well. Julian in third from Shumi and Terry as well. So everyone there. I was saying about his retirement there. That's unfortunate to see why he's retired there because of no assist. I believe this is a no assist lobby actually.
Oh no, Car Cannon's been overtaken by Eagle.
Yeah, Car Cannon's gone off there. Side by side. I'll have to back off there, or else I want his front wing chopped off. So Car Cannon has to have spun there because he was about 12-13 seconds ahead last time I saw. So Car Cannon's made a mistake somewhere. He has to have there, and he might, if he does get into the wall there, just to get away with it there. Whereas Casper, having a look at Terry, they make contact as he comes towards turn number 1, and down the inside comes the Toro Rosso. But a bit of argy-bargy, bit of lag, that might damage that front wing. That could put an end to that. Terry's going to try to the inside, and oh, he is going down the inside. They make more contact. They bang again, and again they bang, and in the wall goes the Toro Rosso, and that is that. Over and done with the front wing in tatters there, and that is, have to say, the last thing we wanted to see. Terry put up a good fight, a bit of lag involved, and then they made contact again, and it was around went the Toro Rosso straight into the Armco barrier, and like I say, that's going to be a race. Surely he's going to have to pit there again soon. He's got a half the front wing. He'll have to pit. He'll lose at least 4 or 5 tenths of a second here. You can see that gap's already opened up massively there by over 2 seconds. He'll have to surely pit. Vectro might get into 6th position here then at this rate.
Yeah, surely for Casper it's going to be worth pinning onto the super softs and then going to the end. Fresh front wing, but
doesn't come in yet.
Strategies, he's surely going to have to pit.
Yeah, he's still got his end plate left, so he's got the main end plate, but he's lost the I think it's the
he's lost the element.
Yeah, he's lost the element though. That's going to really affect him. That's going to at least be about 4 or 5 tenths a second at, well, not a second, lap, at least. Here, so that is
definitely
really
damage his race from now on. But
he's catching back up though.
Okay.
He's keeping about 2 seconds there. We don't know if, well, we do believe Terry's also got damage. Let's have a look here. Get any kind of indication there, but it doesn't seem he's got.
For Shumi, 3 seconds.
Shumi.
Got to remember, Terry's got a massive amount of penalties, hasn't he? So
yeah, well, he's only going to come back in this race. Iceman low, he's leading. He's got that gap to 1.5. It's staying around that. It's come down a little bit over the last few laps there as the Sauber. He's keeping the pressure on here. It's not really dropping dramatically, but it's staying about the 1.5, 1.6.
Yeah.
It's slowly going up a little bit here, but now it goes up a little bit more. So maybe those tyres are over soft. So he's going to have to pit again. He's on the lead mix as well. So this is why he's dropping back. He's
minus 0.4 laps at the moment. He's very, very fuel heavy. So
yeah, he'll get that down low. It's already come down to about 1.2. It's an easy track to save your fuel. Indeed, it's already half that. As well as everyone actually, good to see actually what everyone's doing. So it's interesting to see. But Car Cannon though, he's really dropped back of Eagle, who is now catching to Vectro as well. So Vectro now under press a little bit. That's 21 seconds behind Casper. So if Casper pits, he will come out around that position, about a 17-18 second pit stop. But it's going to be interesting to see. Come out around that position. Maybe just a little bit ahead. It's now
Shumi and Julia very, very close at the moment onto the back stretch.
Just looking, Holtz is now, what I was saying was keeping that gap stable, but he's not now. It's now 2.6.
Lost almost a second in the lap.
So he's made a mistake there, so apologies to him for cursing that one. But now the Mercedes now lighting the rears of Julian there. He's closing up, and let's see. Mercedes versus Sauber. There'll be a interesting little scrap here to see who is the most dominant car. And you have to presume, of course, they're equal cars, but in terms of driver here, really catching up as Ivor leaves there as Holtz gets a penalty.
Another time penalty.
That's 9 seconds there for him, I believe. So not good there. Shumi, though, he's really putting the pressure on the other Sauber. And let's see, he's going to have to do it all the work. Though it's a difficult track to overtake apart from the long straights. And maybe turn 1 in the hairpin, the only options you can really get. But it's going to be difficult, and you have to wonder grass there for Julian as well. That's not going to help him into this braking zone. I have to wonder, is he going to get anywhere close enough? And he's going to do if he gets that exit.
Made up a lot of time.
And now Julian goes defensive. This is ballsy. They're on the outside. Let's see, he's done this once before. They make contact. Good lock up there, strategically locking those tyres there to go a little more deep into the corner to stop him trying it. Now, I don't know if that would be a futile effort. It's car cannon a 3-second time penalty. 12 laps to go, by the way, here. Well, now 11 technically, as we've got a battle for third position between the podium drivers of Schumi and Julian. Let's see, Schumi, he's catching up. Now, this is opportunity to make a move. He's a little bit too far back now. Terry time penalty as well. Let's see, bit of a lock up there. That's a good exit though. Let's see, he's trying to sliver up and down the inside. Can't do it yet. Again, has to back off for the time being. But you have to wonder how long is it going to take for him either to hit the wall, which he just did, or catch up and pass. And well, we know the first option immediate because he did just hit the wall, but he is catching up now to what is second position. Someone has just pitted. So who was that who just pitted? It was Holt. Yes, Holt has pitted. I'll explain why.
Oh no, Eagle's right on the back of the Vectro right now.
Oh my goodness me, Schumi almost hit the wall. He almost hit the wall, a big slide there. And he just about caught that. How did he do that? As Casper gets a penalty. Schumi almost crashes into the wall there, and how he catches that we don't know. Now we're at the DRS, but is his tyres going off? Maybe they are. He can pit for ultra softs he wants now. 10 laps to go. And he's catching up. Big slide. They make contact. And he's almost coming in the wall. He almost hit the wall. Now they're side by side. And again, he stays ahead. They'll be hitting the front ring damage on the Mercedes low. And he's going to be frustrated. And he's trying to the inside. They make contact again. And now he's going down the inside and make contact again. Look at this. And he's sliding that car. Wheel spin and more wheel spin. He is trying his utmost. But still can't do anything there. As Julian gets a penalty. And this is all doing favours for Iceman up front, and it's all helping Terry, who's catching up, but a massive penalty for him, so he's almost going to be out of any chance of getting a podium unless these guys crash. But let's hope nothing happens there. But they have
turn one, side by side, Vector and Eagle. Eagle's going to the inside.
Keeping interest on Halo.
Making the outside.
Here with second. Shumi's going for second. Sorry to interrupt you. We got a battle for second still. Again, they always make contact into the braking zone. Again, these guys are pushing each other to the limit. But still, Schumi cannot find that position. He's trying his everything. Maybe he's just going to have to dive bomb him into the hairpin up the inside and say, well, I've had it. And he's going to try. Gets on the grass there again. Let's see Julian. Bit of a slide there. But this time, Schumi gets a worse exit. Can't do anything there. As, like I said, Vectro still retaining the position from Eagle. Let's have a quick look whilst we can for a second. They come to the DRS zone here.
Again, Schumi hits Julian.
Again, now now we're looking again here as Eagle and Vectro. Let's see how this move comes off here. They're very, very close, and let's see if anything can happen. Let's see, DRS down the inside into the last corner. That's going to be brave. He has to back off there.
Shumi's in the barrier.
Oh my goodness me, that is absolutely catastrophic. He's lost all the front wing. He's out of the race. What has happened there? Has he hit? Has he hit Julian? Maybe, just maybe he has.
No, he just lost it on his own.
He's lost it on his own. That is the last thing he wants to do. And down the inside goes Holt passing Casper there in a brilliant move. He's on the ultra soft. He is going to the end of this race here. Sector 2 yellow flags. Now what's that for? Is that for that's for Schumi? It's still for Schumi, but that is the last thing. That is disastrous to him. Vectro made a bit of a mistake there, and he's now staying just ahead of Eagle here. And very close indeed. Now we have to wonder if Eagle can make a few moves and a few. Well, he's been on the back end for the last few laps. He's not made a move though, has he? He's got it close. He's got that lap to about 210s. He was side by side into turn 1 a few laps ago. But since then, those super softs going off. Vectro doing the long strategy. He's on the softest tyres, and it's working out for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Casper's
catching, but
he's catching. He's on the soft tyres. He's got half a front wing. He's doing well to be able to keep up with the other guys, to be honest.
Vectro on the softest, and Eagle on the super soft. So yeah, it's very close. It's interesting to see. It's now down the inside. They go into turn number 1. Vectro just about avoids that one. Now he's going to have to try and cover him. I don't think he's going to do it there. It's side by side as they come towards turn number 3. And now down the outside. Now the inside goes Vectro. He'll just about hold it. And now they're still side by side. Look at this. Vectro retains the position. Good battling here for 6th. Vectro, a wily old fox he is. And he is retaining position here, but let's see how long it lasts. That was the best option he had. He dived to turn number 1. He's still closing. If I was Vector, I'd let him through here just about. Just so we could get the DRS and try and come through. That's a tactic, ladder.
Final corners, there's Terry and Holzhauer going at it.
Yes, side by side they come towards turn. There in the background, Casper is that. Casper, yes. As now passing goes the as Sauber. And Holt's now up to 3rd. But a bit of a mistake there for Casper there, going too excited on the rear. Back to 6th and 7th. And here is the opportunity now. Let's see if Vectro going to force the inside. He's going to try the inside. Still can't do it there. Vectro, brave of it, hits those curbs perfectly there. And he is retaining. This is really, really probably infuriating Eagle here. He wants to get this position done. But he's running out of time. Those tyres are going off. And he's definitely running out of time. He's running out of tyre grip. He's running out of fuel. And you have to wonder how much more has he got in him before he holds that white flag saying, well done, you've got the position. As a driver, you never want to say that. And he's trying again. Vector hit the wall there nearly. And he's stepping a little dives here, just probably trying to scare Vector off. But what he wants to do is just try and keep right behind him. Try and just find the opportunity where he's weakest and then just try and pounce at it, because it's in the straight line. Vector's got a good setup. Vector is still in 6th, but how long that's going to be is up to a few seconds. As now big lock up, flat spilling those tyres, and now he's going to have to rest. But again on the exit, Vector is he's a master of the exit. The 666, and he's in 6th position in the Williams driving. I believe his number is 66, by the way. I believe he does do that. Yes, his number is 66. And now down the inside goes Ferrari into the last corner. Does he do it? No, he doesn't. Has to back up again. Vector gets a bad exit this time, though. Now the opportunity here.
Side by side, surely.
He was going to, let's see, Vector's going to cover the inside perhaps. Now he is down the inside. Let's see down the inside. Vector can't do anything. Squeeze wide. I see if he can get a good exit, though. But no, he can't do anything there in the end. Eagle finally gets the opportunity and finally passes him. As Vector gets a penalty there for corner cutting, though I never saw him cut the corner there on my screen, but a bit odd from the game there. But we know how inconsistent the penalty system on this game is. Up front, by the way, Iceman leads by over 16 seconds from Julian, and then Holtz, Terry in 3rd, Casper, Eagle, Vector, and Karkan out of this race. Shumi, Ivor, Jams, and we got X-Mac, then we got Stan here as 40. And they're all the people out of this race. I technically retired as well, but I'm meant to be commentating, and the game put me in the race.
Holzhauer goes purple again. I think that's a 1 minute 12.8. I didn't quite see. I'm afraid he's still pushing. He was in rich mix and he finished at that. Still too low on fuel. He's only got well, he's under by 0.2 of a lap at the moment, but he's trying to catch up to Julian still. It might be too much of an ask, but
his faster lap, as you said, yes, Holt a 112.5. He is way quicker than anyone else. The nearest car to him is Eagle of a 113.0. So he's at least half a second quicker right now. The gap is right now 7 seconds. I don't know, with, is it 4 laps to go? He's going to have a long old, well, he's going to have to go at least a second quick, well, maybe even 2. Unless he wants Julian to make a mistake. He's a little bit too late here, and Terry as well. Catching a little bit, but further down, still looking at Vector here. He's dropped back to 1.1, and you have to say, I think Vector, he's done the best he can. He's impressing as per usual here. My ex-commentator, hopefully he may return to the commentary box one day soon, but you have to say he's doing good. He's running in 7th. He's been consistent. He's been around this position, and it's the first time he's driven a Rule 6 off.
Sorry.
Yeah, locking up, I don't really see it on my screen, so it might be a bit of lag, bit of desync, but flat spur on those tyres, it could be easy to do, but again though, we're looking at your leader, and you have to say Iceman now 17.4 lock up for him is the hairpin, and he's really dominating this race. He's well, he's led it from the first stops, really. He did the undercut. It's worked for him. He's been on those super softs for a good old long time, so those tyres might get to the end of their operating window, and they might start going off the cliff pretty soon. But right now, he's maintaining that gap. It's in fact opening up bit by bit. Actually, we good if we could get his last lap time. Indeed, unfortunately, we cannot. But he's doing good. He's kept that car clean since the opening laps. He did the undercut, and it really paid off for him. He's done the best he can. Only 2 laps to go as Julian gets a big old whack on the curb there. And this is all helping Holt, who's catching up a little bit more. He's down to 6.3, but I honestly think it's a bit too much for him to ask for. He's 5.4. We've got just 2 and a bit laps to go. I don't think, unless Julian has a big mistake or hits the curb or spins or something happens to him. Oh, he always hits the wall! Just as I say, he hits the wall. That might be a bit more damage to that car. Let's see how much that's done to him. The end plate goes a little bit there. Better lag as well. As 8 drivers in this race, by the way. And Julian, as I say, just as I mentioned him, hit the wall. That gap now down to 4.9. It's getting awkward here. It's closing, but it's not close enough. I think we'll get to 2 seconds, don't you think?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Yannick Holzhauer, sorry, he's done a 2-stop, so he's got much fresher tyres than Julian ahead of him, so surely he's going to be able to close up quicker on these ultra softs. Julian also he's on the soft tyres actually, sorry.
Yeah, he's on the hardest.
Not only are Holzhauer's tyres fresher, but he's on a tyre that's two stages softer, so expect to see that gap tumble, but he's only got 2 laps left up to he's completed this one, so
yep.
It might be too much of an ask to close down that gap.
Indeed.
I'm not sure about the penalties though. In play.
Lots of penalties. You can have a check on all the penalties, but on the last lap, all but one, is Iceman, who leads this race. He's led it from at least about halfway through this race, and he is on record to score a win here by a resounding margin of 21 seconds right now. It's only going to open up. I think it might get up to 25 if he's not careful. He's almost coming to half a minute here, and that is impressive for him. As Julian's now got 3.7, the gap's come down by 1.2 there, so it is going to come down.
Yeah, deep into a turn 8. Didn't lose too much time. He's got almost half a second actually. So
there it comes down a little bit more, but you can just see there on board with Holt. Unless Julian makes a big mistake here, I don't think he can lose 3 seconds here. It's going to be awkward. Holtz as well. Yeah, Holtz as well got a penalty, guys. So it's going to be all futile, I believe. We don't exactly know who's going to finish where, but well, we know Iceman's going to be up front. Like I say, Julian big hitting the curb as
Yannick Holzhauer's got 3 seconds.
Yeah, so that is all over now then.
It's pretty much all over.
It's all out the window. He can try his hardest, but luckily didn't spear it into the wall. But up front, he's only coming through the last sector about now, by the way. It's coming under the bridge where you go onto the circuit. Now coming towards the last little area, coming to the hairpin. Julian, a 3 second time penalty.
Back on.
I don't know. It might be 3 seconds. It might just be 3 seconds more. It's going to be interesting. The gap's 2.8. It's going to be awfully close if it is. But coming through to the last corner, by the way, your leader, who is really showing himself here. He's led it from the midway through an undercut strategy, and it's really paid off. He's led pretty much the entirety of this race, and since that, from the strategy, Iceman comes to the line and wins in Canada. Domination. Now we look at Julian and Holt. Who is it going to be between the pair of them? I think it's going to be Julian. I honestly do. I think he's just got enough time. I think indeed the penalties won't affect him. I think they might stay the same. We'll find out, but they might drop behind a few other drivers. Not certain, but let's see. Julian will come to the line, and he will finish in what it looks to be second. Oh, he's in the wall. See, Holt's third, so he didn't do it. Terry, he's got the last corner to do. Now he's going to drop behind Casper. I think he's got at least 15 seconds. Terry across the line, and he'll go 4th position. Let's see where Casper goes then. Vectro as well yet to finish. Car Cannon just finished just a second ago. Casper, let's see, does he up the position? Does he go to 4th? The answer to that is no, he stays in 5th. Eagle, let's see, does anyone change their positions here? Let's see about Eagle. Does he change the position? He's in 6th. Stays in 6th there, and now we're just looking at the last person to finish. Vectro666, he's coming to the line there. Good result for him. He'll finish in 7th. And that is that. Now to the podium.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see our commentary box going crazy as their drivers walk out.
David Croft talks over. How dare you be here, David Croft? Yes. Anthony Davis in here as well. Well, great result for them as David Croft spoils the beautiful silence there. But nonetheless, as that poor man gets sprayed with champagne on the top step of the podium there, and he will be very soggy after this one. The top 3. All supporting, I think they're all different, avatars as well. But congratulations to Iceman today. He's the only one without a penalty. From Julian, Holtz, Terry, Casper, Eagle, Vectro, Car Cannon. Bottas finished 9th. Alonso finished 10th. Verstappen at 12th, 11th. Mac 12th. Vettel 13th. Perez 14th. And I was last place with a penalty of 0 seconds, by the way. So I've got the best penalty there. But overall, that was a great race, and in the final words from my co-com, what do you think of that race summed up in 3 words?
Absolute domination, Renault.
Perfect!
That's my 3 words here.
That is your 3 words, and well, until next time, from me and my good old co-com in the comments box, I think there might be one more next week, and then it will be for the season start, of course, of AOR in Australia. Indeed, if there isn't a race there, I'll hopefully see you soon. Until next time, from us here in the commentary box, goodbye.